Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the 1.18 Let's Play. I'm Monsterbrine and I'm a Minecraft Munchkin. Last time we completed phase 1 of our phase 3 plan to dominate this map by defeating the Ender Dragon and raiding an end city. With that out of the way, we move on to phase 2, getting rich. The first step in this phase is to build our storage facility, but that's going to require a lot of mining. So first, I want to head back to the Nether fortress we found and work on getting ourselves some beacons. Now, I don't have a lot of rockets, but I think I have enough to get to the fortress. But this episode, we'll be making a creeper farm as well to take care of our rocket situation so we can fly everywhere we want to go. But first, a staring contest with an Enderman. I win. When we were trading for Soul Speed 3 with the piglins, we got a lot of fire resistance potions, and using some redstone we can go ahead and maximize those potions from 3 minutes to 8 minutes long, because they come in really handy when hunting wither skeletons. Usually, like most of you, I cheese the wither in the end, but for our first fight we can go ahead and fight the wither, I think, in this mountain right here. I'm just going to dig a tunnel and we'll fight the wither in there. And this looks like the perfect place to hunt wither skeletons. Let's see if we're going to get a skull from this guy. Nope, but that's okay. I usually get one every 8 minutes or so. I can tell because I drink my fire resistance potions and they last 8 minutes. And on average, I get a skull once every potion. These blazes are the reason the fire resistance potions come in super handy when hunting wither skeletons. They'll shoot at me all day long and never do any damage. I find these rooms in fortresses all the time. I'm just going to go ahead and clear out the space so that wither skeletons can spawn here by making 3 blocks of spawning space available. Another useful trick I've learned in hunting wither skeletons is to take some nether brick and expand the spawnable area for the wither skeletons. So you're tearing down the walls of the fortress and using that nether brick to expand a spawning area where the wither skeletons spawn, because wither skeletons like to spawn on nether brick. Since this is the area I'll be running back and forth... Sorry, 1 second. Get out of here. Rude. Anyway, since this is the area I'll be running back and forth on trying to get wither skeletons to spawn, it's going to help out if I make more area for them to spawn on. So I'll keep doing this. And I think it's working. Yeah, look. They're spawning where I want them to. There's our first skull. Sweet. And our second skull? Nope. Wither skeletons also love to spawn in these rooms. That's why I cleared one out earlier. And... get out of here. What are you guys, having a meeting in here? Is it Wither Book Club? Jeez. Remember, a smite sword helps a lot. There's our second skull. Oh, look at this group over here. I got a good feeling. There's a lot of skeletons here, not just wither skeletons. Hey, there we go. I got it. Look at the hotbar. I picked it up. I picked up the third skull. Okay, great. But I don't think I'm going to stop yet. I don't want to stop. I'm going to keep going. I'm having a lot of fun, and I still have a lot of fire resistance potions left. So, look, there's another skull. Let's go. Okay, this is great. Yeah, I think the skeletons are spawning so quickly because I'm right next to a soul sand valley. Now, that's just a hunch, but it's an educated hunch. And, yeah, let's just keep going. Let's get more skulls. An educated hunch is a hunch that's been to college. Ooh, there's a skull. That's 5. Oh, that's 6. Look at the hotbar. Okay, so that's 2 beacons, and we're gonna get out of here. I brewed myself up a night vision potion so we can see the fight, and I brought a fire resistance potion in case there's lava around, but I doubt it. I learned this method of fighting the wither from pixel rifts. If I just dig a 1x2 hole straight into this mountain and create a cave, we'll be able to fight the wither along this hallway, and it'll be pretty easy. At the end of my tunnel, I'm going to make a room that's big enough for the wither to be spawned in. It doesn't need to be very big, but it does need to be below where the cave is, because the wither flies up, so I want the wither to fly up to me and present itself as a perfect target. I think I can say without hesitation that this is the most confident I have been fighting the wither. And let's get it going. Okay, back up down the hallway. I had to climb up 2 stairs. I think that's a good height for this fight. We'll just wait for the initial explosion, and... Alright, we're going to stay in this tunnel and back up if we need to, and the wither's just going to try and chew its way through the stone tube. And... Okay, now I've got to switch to my sword, but it's a smite sword, so it should destroy the wither pretty quickly. Just a couple more hits, and that's 1 dead wither and 1 nether star. Alright, let's do the second one. Yeah, that worked out really better than I could have hoped. That was a perfect height for the wither to fly up and present itself as a target, so we're just going to repeat it. Back up, back up, back up, and you've seen this before, you know how it goes. I'm just gonna do it. That worked out even better than the first fight. I didn't even take a hit. Alright, let's go make these beacons. Two beacons. Okay, let's get to work. I'm going to set up a beacon pyramid right here next to my iron farm. Excuse you, sir. You need to go back into the iron farm. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, I think this is like smack dab in the middle of my base right now, so this is where the beacons are going to live. Now that I have this just the way I want it, I'm just going to add some glass on top of the beacons to keep the ground level. And there's room for 2 more. Now we need to think about making a gunpowder farm. That's the very next thing. I think we need haste too. And we're also gonna need a speed. Yeah, speed. Always go speed too. There we go. The area right here next to our wood chopping farm is actually the peak of the mountain we're on. I think it could be a useful area for other farms, so I'm gonna go ahead and level it out a little bit, make it a nice workable area for us to expand our base area a little bit. So now we're going to build a creeper farm, and that means breeding cats, which I can do. And the farm we're going to build is by a tutorial I found on YouTube from a YouTuber named Lazen, I believe is how you pronounce it, but it's Lazin. SHkin, and I'll put a link in the description. It is the same creeper farm that JWisp built in his episode 9, I believe, of his 1.18 Let's Play. That's where I got the idea. Thanks, JWisp. Carpets on the floor should stop spiders from spawning. Trapdoors on the ceiling should stop skeletons and zombies from spawning, leaving only creepers to spawn in this. And I'm going to go ahead and stack this up 5 levels. So there'll be 5 stacks of this farm on top of each other. Hopefully we'll get plenty of creepers. For the collection area, we will use soul campfires. They burn hotter than regular campfires and do more damage. Okay, I just got to get the last cats in place, and then I got to do the ceiling. Oh boy. Okay, this is high, but I don't think cats are afraid of heights, just me. Okay, good kitty, you made it. All right. Last thing is our AFK area, so it's just going to be a platform above this farm. So I'm going to pillar up with a couple stacks of dirt, build the platform, and then dig my way down. So I'm just going to fly up here and fly down. That's going to be our method of getting up and down. Alright, there's our AFK area done and lit up. And I want to see if the farm is working from up here. So I got this add-on called Tweakaroo, and I only use it for this free cam that it gives me, so I can be standing up top and still go in spectator to examine my farm and make sure it's working. This helps me work out any kinks that the farm may have. And as you can see, the creepers are spawning, they're falling down, and it's working. Now this gives me an idea for a new type of video, one that just shows a farm running for like 4 hours set to nice peaceful music, maybe to help me fall asleep. I know I would love videos like that. I can watch this farm run for hours and enjoy myself. Am I alone in that, or do you like watching farms run too? Let me know in the comments. Also, I'm going to take this opportunity to remind you to subscribe. We almost have 20 subscribers. Let's see if we can hit it this week. I just spent the last hour AFKing, so let's go to our collection area and see what we've made. We'll just glide on down to our collection area, which is right along our pumpkin farm here. And after an hour... Whoa! Okay, so let's do the math here. With the chest up top and the chest on the bottom, we have about 14 stacks of gunpowder, which is like 900 gunpowder an hour. That's pretty good. I'm definitely going to AFK here all night. This is our mountain. We live on top of it. And behind me is where we're going to make our first village. So I think our storage should be inside the mountain. I think right here is where I'm going to put our entrance to our storage facility. So I'm going to do a little terraforming and make it more presentable. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, this looks great. This looks exactly like where the mouth of a cave would be, which is what it's going to be. We're going to make a cave, and it's going to have our storage and a couple rooms that contain things like concrete stations and stone generators, that kind of thing. Because across the river to our left is where we're going to start our custom village. And our librarians are going to end up here, and our farmers, and all the other villagers that we end up making. It's going to be great. And I want our storage to be a little close to this so that we don't have to run back and forth all the time. Eventually, when we spread out, we're going to have to go back and forth. But for our first project, I can make it a little bit easier on myself. Hello, pillagers. I'm going to ignore the pillagers for now. We're just going to fly home and grab a couple shulker boxes because we're going caving, because we need resources for this. And there's a mine shaft that we haven't explored yet that I'm looking forward to exploring. So, without further ado, let's grab a couple shulker boxes and go caving. I'm not going to show the whole mining trip on camera, but I do want to stress that I am going to take everything. the rails, the fences, some of the wood. I'm going to take as much as I can. All of the ore and everything else. All of this stuff is valuable to me. It's all going to go in my storage, and it's probably all going to get used. So instead of making my own fences, I mean, they're right here. I might as well grab them. You can see what I've looted already. I've got a lot of nice stuff. I found some chests, some horse armor, some saddles, stuff like that. Yeah. But really what we're after right now is copper, because that's what I want to use for our storage. Did you see that? That's been happening to me a lot in 1.18, and I'm not sure if it's 1.18 or Optifine. It's probably Optifine. Anyway, you know, the Munchkin in me really hates to take this copper and turn it into smelted copper ingots, which then are going to become copper blocks to use in our building. I hate to do that. I'd much rather have a copper farm and use this to make raw copper blocks. Same thing with the iron. I have an iron farm. That's where my iron's coming from. All the iron that I find in caves is going to stay raw. I want to collect a lot of raw copper, a lot of raw iron. So, a copper farm is definitely on the to-do list, but for now, we're just going to have to make do. I'm going to be using blackstone and oxidized copper, so I'm going to AFK the creeper farm overnight, and while I do that, I'm going to let this copper oxidize. So it's 4 spaces between copper for maximum oxidation. I'm going to fill up this whole area with copper, and I'll see you tomorrow. It's the next day, and I've already done a lot off camera. I've gone to the Nether and collected all our blackstone from the ancient debris mines that we had down there. Then I went back to our fortress and hunted some more wither skeletons and got 2 more beacons. Because our beacons up top are too far away, and I didn't want to move them, so I went ahead and got 2 more beacons for us. But I realized I'm also going to want scaffolding. So, before I continue, I'm going to want to go ahead and find a jungle. So, we're going to fly around and find one. I flew around for about 20 minutes in multiple directions, and then my frame rate dropped to about 4, so I had to relog. It's chugging along now a little bit, but I did find a jungle off in the distance. You can see I just found it, and we're going to go there and collect what a jungle has for us, which is jungle saplings, cocoa beans, maybe a parrot or 2, and most importantly, bamboo. And vines. The wandering trader came and tried to sell me vines, but I was only interested in the leads. There's some bamboo. Okay, cut it with the sword and we'll take it home. Should we look for some parrots? Let's look for some parrots. I used my fortune hoe to gather up a pretty respectable amount of seeds, so I think we can tame several parrots with this. Let's see if we can find any. I see one. Yeah, I see one. It's blue. Best friends? Best friends! They're all over the place here, and they're all different colors. That's great. We're gonna get at least 3 colors. Best friends. Okay, and the red one. Now, how am I gonna get you guys home? I don't think you'll just follow me if I fly home, will you? To get them to teleport to me, I'm gonna need to walk. I slept for the night because if we're walking, I definitely want to do it in the daylight. But let's test it out first. Will they teleport to me if I fly? So far, so good. Nope. It doesn't look like they're coming with me if I fly a good distance away. I guess I flew too far away and they won't teleport. We're gonna have to walk. Well, we walked a little bit, but now we're separated from home by water. I don't think we can take all the parrots back with us because parrots can't really swim. I don't know if I can swim all the way back. I think we're gonna need to make some boats. Well, we were only able to fit 3 parrots in the boat with us, so I guess 3 parrots it is. If the others teleport to me when I get home, all the better, but I'm not counting on it. Let's get home with these parrots and, most importantly, our bamboo, and get to building. Wow, the beacons really helped out on this job, but yeah, six double chests of stone later, and we're almost done. Now, this storage facility is going to be pretty heavily based on the Shulkercraft Storage facility, but we're not going to do the auto-sorting system. In fact, we're not going to do any auto-sorting system. I like to put my hands on my wealth. You know, I like to hold it. I like to do all the sorting manually. So, like Scrooge McDuck, we're going to swim in our treasure. I've used this storage facility design several times in several different worlds, and over the iterations, I've changed it and tweaked it and redesigned it a bit. So while it will resemble the Shulkercraft storage facility, it's going to be very different. It's going to have different rooms, different hallways. It's actually going to be a whole base, not just a storage room. Well, friends, I did this whole hallway, and I did it in blackstone brick and cut copper. And then I decided I didn't like it, and instead I liked polished blackstone, and I liked regular copper blocks. Now, the copper is what's really going to hurt me, because 1 regular copper block turns into 4 cut copper blocks. And, I mean, that's just a matter of quantity, making sure we have enough copper to do the whole build. But I don't like the cut copper blocks here. I like the regular copper blocks with the 4 screws in the 4 corners. I really like that look. So I'm going to go ahead and redo this. I'm going to redo this whole thing with the polished blackstone and with regular copper blocks. And I'd like you to come with me on that adventure. Okay, well, that was fun. But now I think I want to add some depth. So I think for that, some basalt would work. Now the question is, do I want it to go part way up like on the right or all the way up like on the left? What to do? I think, because there's going to be like doorways going into other halls like this, and it's going to be separating the doorways. I think I want to go with the part way up, like behind me. Yeah, we're going to go with this. And I think this looks great. I especially like the quartz highlights that I added. Now, all we have to do is the floor. You remember what we're going to do with the floor, everybody. We talked about it last episode. Soul soil. If you guessed soul soil, you were right. And then we're going to top off this soul soil walkway with those smooth stone slabs that we stole from the stronghold. I can't wait to see it finished. But you, lucky viewer, don't have to wait. Look how fast we move down this hallway, and it's going to be even faster when we're affected with the speed effect. Oh, I love it. Okay, we're going to do the whole floor like this. Okay, I think I can get speed. Yeah, okay. Wow, this is so fast. Okay, this is pretty much how we're doing our entire Nether Walkway as well. Speaking of which, last episode I did promise that we would get a start on that, so let's get going. I came down the forever stairway to my branch mine so that I could grab all the cobbled deep slate, because in the Nether I want to use cobbled deep slate. I'm also going to be using quartz, lots of quartz. Our Nether highway is going to be at Y level 64-ish. It's not going to be higher because I'm going to do other things on the roof, and I don't want portals I put up there to be interfered with portals down here, so I want to move a little room between the Y levels just in case, just to be safe. Ooh, that's hot. Okay, now, part of me is saying, Monsterbrine, just dig. Let the netherrack despawn, but the Munchkin in me is saying no. I must collect the netherrack. So, I will be putting all of this netherrack in chests because I have to. It's just, I can't not, you know? So we're going to go ahead and continue this walkway till we get to the end portal. Because we need obsidian to rearrange the... this hasn't stopped yet. Okay, I gotta stop this. We need to rearrange the portals a little bit, make bigger portals, which means we need more obsidian, which is right there in the end waiting for me to collect it. So we're gonna work our way to the end, get the obsidian, then come back and do all the portals. There you are. Okay, we've almost got this connected, and this is the scariest part, of course, but my peaky muscles are nice and strong from holding shift. So we're just going to finish off this walkway, and then we're going to go to the end and get some obsidian to change the portal's location and size. Okay, I got some obsidian from the end, and the portal there sent me back home, of course. So now I've got to start from the beginning of the Nether, and we'll start by tearing down this portal and redoing it below. Okay, we're in the exact same place, just at Y64, so let's see if it linked up to the portal at home. Fingers crossed. Let's go! Okay, one more portal to do at the end, and then we'll work on the floor of the walkway. Okay, let's make sure that this portal links up to the one in the stronghold at the end portal. Success! We are at the end portal. Alright, so now I just want to do the floor because I don't want spawns to spawn on our walkway, and I don't want ghasts to blow up the soul soil. So we need something with a strong blast resistance, which is why I brought the deep slate. I started a little pattern here, and we're going to go ahead and continue this all the way. I like the way this looks. And I'm really excited to see this continue. I'm going to start working on something for the walls this episode, but we're not going to get very far on it. But this is going to be an enclosed hallway with windows. Nothing's going to be able to get in. Guests won't be able to see us. So, yeah, let's finish up. I went ahead and did a little mock-up of how I want the walls to look. And this is how I want them to look. It's going to be the quartz brick with the basalt pillars. And where I can, I'm going to put windows. But where there's no need for windows because there's nothing to see, I will just put a pillar of lava. And that provides lighting, and it just looks cool behind the iron bars. So this is how it's going to look eventually. But we're not going to get any farther today. I also went ahead and added some patches of cobbled deep slate to the walkway just to add some texture, but I'm not sure if I like it. I might try going with regular uncobbled deep slate, but we'll examine that in a future episode. But for now, I think we're out of time, and we sure got a lot done today, from a creeper farm to starting a nether hub and a mega storage facility. What do you think of those builds so far? What should I change? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, this is Monsterbrine saying, have a good one. Goodbye.